Lesson 6, Entrepreneurship Scenario. First of all, what has the government done to ensure that the entrepreneurship is there? What is the meaning of entrepreneurship, first of all? Let us understand that aspect. Are you all aware? See, I believe in interaction because then I know where you are and where you need support. So please feel free. Tell me, do you know what is the meaning of entrepreneurship? Because that's the first word. Now, when it is a MCQ, the same, every line in the book has to be known to you. First, you should understand it and then you should know it. Why? They can ask the same line in three different ways, okay? And you should be able to answer it. All right? Entrepreneur is a person who starts his own business. In simple words, it's a French word. So, what they are talking about first is what initiatives have been taken by the government of India to ensure that there are more business people here. Typically, in the earlier days, especially, we were into that mode where we wanted to only go for a job, right? But now you're seeing a lot of youngsters, especially who want to do their own business, and that has actually been given a impetus. Impetus means a push because of the various initiatives of the government of India. One of the first initiatives which came under the Modi government, you all are aware, I presume, that he launched is Make in India. See, I have not written all the points, but I will be explaining every point that there is there in the book. Okay? In case I miss something, you're free to ask me. It's launched in September 2014. Why was it launched? The purpose was to transform India into a global manufacturing hub. You understanding that? Basically, make it the place where everybody wants to put their manufacturing activities. And it contained a raft of proposals. Raft means lots of proposals to attract investments from both local and foreign corporate houses. In the local, from the local industrialists also, investors also, and from the foreign investors or corporate houses also, they wanted to get them to invest some money into these manufacturing activities in India in basically 25 key areas. Now the question will be immediately there from you as to, am I supposed to remember this 25 areas? Answer is yes. Every single word in this book you're supposed to remember, because remember in MCQ they can ask this in many different ways. I can just frame a question and tell you how it might look. I can just say one of the areas where government wish to bring in corporate houses from abroad in Make in India initiative was, and then MCQ I'll bring in 1, 2, 3, 4, out of which only one correct answer was there. So you should know, no? Whatever areas they've given here, you should know, right? So that's how the questions will be framed. So you should be ready. Now, businesses from across the globe and not merely the Americas consider Make in India as a breakthrough policy of the new India. So that's one more word which you need to remember. Breakthrough policy means a new kind of different thought process altogether, not unlike anything that has been done earlier. Okay. Now, the government has increased the FDI limit. What is FDI? Anybody? Have you all come across that at all? Super. Foreign direct investment. It's not federation. Foreign direct investment. Investment of money from abroad into India. Okay. That is regulated by RBI. RBI, of course, you know. So with this scheme, the government has increased the FDI limit in various industries to attract foreign investment and participation. See, this is strictly regulated. Whenever money comes into India in the form of FDI or in any other way, or when money goes out of India abroad, it is foreign exchange related. Okay, and if it is foreign exchange related, it is strictly regulated. If it's strictly regulated by whom? By RBI. There are norms for that. We won't get into those norms. So you just understand this much, that certain things they don't allow FDI above a particular limit. Like earlier in insurance industry, if the foreign direct investment had to come, then they had restricted it to 26%. Now that has gone up to 49%. 49% of the capital only can be brought in from abroad. The rest has to be by the Indian company. Are you clear till here? Are you clear, all of you? You can just say why. Boring, not to type so many times. Okay. Now, what they have done is they have also established what we call as Investor Facilitation Center. Investors are coming to invest in the manufacturing hubs, which the government is promoting. Correct? So, those investors should be facilitated, they should be assisted. So, if it is assisting the foreign people, they need more support, isn't it? Because they are coming from elsewhere. So, to assist the foreign businesses to actually locate the right set of partners who should partner with them, and the sites means actual places where they should do. A slew of measures has been initiated. A slew means a lot of measures have been initiated for domestic companies also, which were revealed in after Modi government unveiled what is called as a Stand Up India initiative in his Independence Day address in 2015. So, for foreign businesses, we made the investor facilitation centers, while for Indian or domestic companies, what they did was they created what is called as Stand Up India initiative in the Independence Day address in 2015. Even these dates you have to remember, because Independence Day address I've left it at that, but in 2015 you have to remember. They may just ask you a question like that. It started in 2012 or 2013, 14, 15. So is it true or false? All kinds of things can come, right? So that takes us to the next aspect. So this is Stand Up India. What is Stand Up India? Stand Up India is a scheme. What does it do? It aims at promoting entrepreneurship, promoting this set of people who want to start their own business. But not everybody, more among women and scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. It's mainly for that. The scheme is anchored by Department of Financial Services, that is called the DFS in short. Even that can come as a question. I'm just giving you a flavor so that you are aware. They can just say scheme was anchored by who, or they can say DFS stands for what. Understand? So Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Stand Up India scheme, actually, what is the purpose of that? What does it do? It actually facilitates bank loans. Facilitates means ensures that bank loan is given to these people. Okay. How does it work? 10 lakh to 1 crore. I'm sorry. 10 lakh and rupees 1 crore to at least one scheduled caste or one scheduled tribe person, and at least one women borrower per bank branch. Why they will be giving that? Setting up a greenfield enterprise. What is the meaning of greenfield enterprise? Anyone? Any idea? Sharif Nawaz Mundhia. I don't know how to pronounce it. So if I'm wrong pronunciation, sorry. Good evening to you. Yes, anyone? What is a greenfield investment? Okay. It was like this. See, normally people just invest the money and let somebody else do. No, here it doesn't work like that. Greenfield means they themselves will be actually building up the facilities from scratch, from starting. Okay, that's what it means. So, greenfield investments. And this enterprise, what kind of enterprise? It can be any type of enterprise, manufacturing, services, or trading sector. And in case of non-individual enterprises, what I told you till now, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe borrower, or at least one woman entrepreneur, right? Now they are saying that in case it is not an individual enterprise, at least 51% of the shareholding of that enterprise or controlling stake should be with the SC, ST, or woman. Are you clear on this aspect? Suppose it is a company, the 51% of the shareholding of that company should be held by this set of people. Are you clear? Okay, great. So, what is the eligibility? Eligibility is that is to whom is it being given, right? First is to one of these people, SC or ST or woman entrepreneur above 18 years of age. Loans under the scheme are only available for greenfield project. Greenfield project means what? It is being defined here. First time venture of the beneficiary in the manufacturing or services or trade sector. The other one is called brownfield, by the way. Okay. In the case of non-individual enterprises, one of them at least one of them should be controlling 51% of the shareholding and controlling stake. Borrower should not be in default in any bank or financial institution. What does this particular statement mean? Any idea? Are you aware what that means? Take a guess. One thing you must do without fail now, because it is you are into current affairs also, no? The fourth subject. So you must without fail download this app in your mobile and continuously means not through the whole day, every day, one time you keep 10 minutes, you go through what it is telling you. One thing. Second thing, hi Neha, can you hear me? Second thing that you must do, if it is possible, go through this. See, BBC World News also there is a app. What will happen is it will give you two different viewpoints. ET app gives you um, all the business news. BBC World News will give you the world business news and the world news in general. Third one which you can download is NDTV News app. See, these are all not going to cost you, right? In your mobile, you've got up to 1 GB typically per day. If you can manage that, then you just see it for 10-15 minutes. Don't spend too much time. But every day you should be up to date as to what is happening in the business world, in the general world, and in your world over. General world and business world of India will be given to you by ET and your NDTV, and BBC World News will give you a bit of both. Without fail, do that, because in your paper 4 you are into current affairs where you need to know a lot of things, and they are taking the latest things that are happening in India and internationally to test you. Also remember, for May 10th or whatever date, roughly let's say the date is May 10th, they have not given the final date. If the date of the exam is May 10th, then you are supposed to be up to date till April 10th. You are aware, I presume. So what I am proposing to do is, I will take you through whatever is there in the book to begin with. Okay? Right up to April, whatever cutoff date, April 15th or whatever date. And then I'll give you 1 or 2 sessions as to what are the latest updates, so that you don't miss out. Because they have printed it sometime in February, right? So what about that gap area? I'll do that, but the details of it you must also read. All right? Now, borrower should not be in default to any bank or financial institution. What this means it is, somebody has borrowed. Let's say I have borrowed from the bank or financial institution. Then I have not paid back. If I have not paid back, then I am in default. When it is considered a default, if you don't pay back for a certain period of time, say 2 times or 3 times, there are norms for that which is given by RBI. So accordingly, you have to check what are the norms, and then the bank will decide, bank or financial institution will decide, okay, this person has not paid for this many months, and therefore they are considered to be defaulter. So borrower should not be in default. If he has ever defaulted, then you are not eligible. Are you clear till here? Okay. You can ask me whatever doubts you have. Okay. Now comes loan detail. We said these people can get a loan under Stand Up India scheme. Which people? SC, SC and women entrepreneur. They are the people who are eligible. We talked about what are the eligibility norms. Correct? Now the next question is, what sort of loan you will get? No, that is the next question, right? So it is nature of loan. How much? What kind of loan are you going to get? So composite loan, inclusive of term loan and working capital. Do you know what this term means? Term loan and working capital. I'm just asking you, so you may be already aware. It is not to say that you don't know anything, but just to confirm, so that if you don't know, I can just plug the difference, plug the gaps. Tell me, every one of you, are you aware what that means? I asked you whether you know the difference between term loan and working capital. Okay. Chinmayi, Ankita, what about you, Neha? And can I call you Sharif Nawaz? No. Term loan means a loan for a fixed period of time. Working capital means based on your requirement will draw. They will give you a particular amount as a, sure, I'll give you. Just let me complete this point, okay? Then I'll give you. Working capital, how does it work? every day you are doing your business, right? So as and when I require some money, I can draw, but up to a particular limit. So the bank may say, okay, I'll give you a working capital loan of say 5 lakhs. So whenever you require money up to 5 lakhs, you pay. As and when you receive money, you put it in the same account. So it will get, again, you will have more money to draw. Are you getting it? Term loan means one shot they will give you the loan, the interest is charged on that. Okay. Light has gone, I'm still here. So we will continue. See, I've not done much. I've just gone 2-3 pages. Okay. First of all, Neha, briefly, you can always see the recording. That's one. You may not be aware. So this recording will be available for you, and you can look at it n number of times if you wish. So that's the advantage that you get when you are online, isn't it? Businesses, we said government of India has given a lot of initiatives, has taken a lot of initiatives to build up the businesses, entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are people who actually start their own business. First was Make in India. Businesses from across the globe and not only Americas felt that Make in India is the most important policy. Now, this Make in India initiative was the idea was to create a set of circumstances so that everybody who wants to get into entrepreneurship and do manufacturing can do so with a lot of ease, and that way India becomes a global manufacturing hub. 25 key areas have been identified for it. They have given you only 12, but you are supposed to remember all the 12. Okay. Government has increased the FDI, foreign direct investment, that is investment from abroad. They have allowed and they have increased the limit of foreign investment into these industries. And for people who want to invest from abroad, they have created what is called as investor facilitation centers so that they find it easy to figure out what is to be done and locate the partner as well as a place. Okay, now comes for the domestic companies, what they have done. If somebody wants to invest into entrepreneurship, what they said is, let us have what is called as Stand Up India, which was an initiative in the Independence Day address in 2015. And now I'm talking about Stand Up India. Stand Up India is a scheme which facilitates bank loans between 10 lakh and 1 crore to for each bank branch. You are supposed to give to at least one scheduled caste, one scheduled tribe, and at least one woman borrower per bank branch. For what? For setting up a greenfield enterprise. Greenfield means the first time they are starting a business and it is a fresh business. Okay. So the enterprise can be manufacturing or services or trading. That doesn't matter. And if it is a non-individual enterprise also, still there should be at least the shareholding of that non-individual. Non-individual is typically they are referring to company. Okay. So if it's a company and the company shareholding should be with SC or ST or woman entrepreneur. Okay. Now the question. That's all that we said, and eligibility, and then you came in, I think, when I was talking about borrower should not be in default to any bank financial institution. Are you clear? Those of you who joined in late. Yes, Neha? Okay, I'll continue then. So, nature of loan, I said composite loan, inclusive of term loan and working capital. You can anyway listen to the recording, which is more detailed. So, composite loan, including term loan, working capital between 10 lakhs and up to 100 lakhs. What is the purpose for setting up new enterprise? It's a repeat for SC, ST and woman entrepreneur. Size of the loan, composite loan, the loan amount will be up to 75% of project cost. Whatever type of loan, the composite total amount given will be that much. Stipulation of the loan being expected to cover 75% of the project cost would not apply if the borrower's contribution along with convergent support from any other schemes exceeds 25%. See, this loan of 75% is it talking about will not apply when the borrower's contribution along with any other type of scheme that they have taken, in that there is a contribution to put together is crossing 25% of the project cost. Are you clear on that? And the interest rate of interest should be the lowest applicable rate of interest which a bank of that category gives, but it's not to exceed base rate plus 3% plus tenor premium. What this means, I'll just quickly tell you. Base rate is the rate that bank charges. Okay. Add 3% to that. What they call as MCLR. Have you all come across this term anywhere? MCLR, the full form of it I'll tell you first. Marginal cost of funds based lending rate. Okay. Marginal cost of funds based lending rate. That is, what is the cost of funds? Marginal cost of funds for the bank. Based on that, what is their lending rate? Add 3% plus tenor premium. Tenor means a period. Okay, period for which loan is being given. For that, there will be a premium. So, if you ask for a longer tenor, it will be shorter, smaller interest rate. Something like that, they'll work out. They decide based on the market conditions. Okay. So, that's your maximum rate. This you have to remember, because they can ask you questions like this also. And security. So, besides primary security, the loan may be secured by collateral security. See, it's very simple. Suppose I go to the bank and ask for a loan. Obviously, the bank will say what? I may know you, but how do I secure myself? The bank will say, no, give me something to secure myself. Even if it's a small loan, either you secure it with shares, or you secure it with gold, correct? Or you secure it with property. Do you agree? You know this, right? So, that is primary security. Suppose I go to a housing loan company and I want to purchase a house. First thing, the housing loan company will say what? I'll give you loan, but you know what? That house which you're purchasing will be mortgaged to me. They will also say what? Apart from that, your repaying ability. Repaying ability means how well I can repay. Depends on that, no, whether they'll give you the money or not. Suppose I'm a student, I'm not earning anything. How will they give me a loan? Isn't it? Yes or no? Are you getting it? So, based on repaying ability, the bank may say, okay, housing premises that you're asking for, we can give you loan, but you know what? Apart from the house itself, which you will mortgage, you have to also put as hypothecation something more. And that something more could be shares, gold, FDs, whatever I have, they may ask for that. That is called collateral security. Apart from the main security, additional security. Okay. Or it could be guarantee of credit guarantee fund scheme for Stand Up India loans as decided by the banks. There's just a type of guarantee which is given under that particular scheme. Are you clear? So when they give you something in the bracket like this, no, CGFSIL, you take care. Huh? They may just ask you what does CGFSIL stands for. So you should be ready for such questions also. Repayment. Loan is repayable in 7 years. Maximum period, moratorium period of 18 months. Moratorium period means the first 18 months. A first period when you don't have to repay. Get it? No EMI for the first period. Whatever period. In this case, they have said 18 months period, you don't have to repay. After that, the repayment starts. They are just giving people a chance to set up their business and get going and then start the repayment. Are you getting it? Working capital. Working capital for withdrawal of working capital up to rupees 10 lakh, the same may be sanctioned by way of overdraft. What I told you, they will tell you a particular limit. Beyond that limit, you can't draw. So let's say my account is there with the bank. Normally, how much can I withdraw from the account? Whatever is deposited in that account, that much only I can withdraw. No? But here is a case where I can withdraw more beyond what I have put into the account. Let's say I have put 10,000 rupees. Normally, I can issue a check only of 10,000. But here I can withdraw up to 10 lakhs. Are you getting it? Neha, you said no. For what? Now, that is called an overdraft. Now comes RuPay debit card. RuPay debit card to be issued for convenience of the borrower. Working capital limit above 10 lakh has to be sanctioned by way of CC limit, cash credit limit, and not as overdraft limit. There is a small difference in the way you will operate it. Okay? Are you clear till here? Then I'll go ahead with margin money. Okay. Margin, say I'll put it this way. I go to the housing loan company and I say I want funds. I'm purchasing a house of 20 lakhs rupees. Okay. And I'll tell them I want the entire 20 lakhs from you. They will not give me. There's a maximum that we can give you is 80% if you have been good and never defaulted till now. And if you are capable of repaying. So show us what you are capable. Give us your salary slips. Correct or wrong? You have heard this or no? Now the thing that comes up is 80% is what I said, no? They will give. So what is that balance 20% called? That is called margin, which I have to put. So they'll ask, where are you going to get that money from? And you are supposed to put it first. And then only we will give you loan. This is how they talk, right? So that is what they are talking about in terms of margin money. The scheme, this particular scheme of Stand Up India, envisages 25% margin money. Envisages means it expects you to put in 25% margin money. While such schemes can be drawn upon for availing admissible subsidies of a meeting margin money requirements, in all cases, borrower has to bring in. See, he could use some other scheme or some other subsidy for this purpose, for bringing in his portion. But at any rate, 10% of the project cost has to be his own contribution. Balance can be from other central or state schemes or some other method. Are you getting it? Ultimately, the entire 25% has to come from the borrower. If you're clear on this, we'll go to the next one. I'm deliberately going a bit slow because you are new to me, or rather, I am new to you. So you need to know my method of teaching. So it will take a bit of time. And many of the things are jargons which you need to understand. Still, if you feel I'm going too fast, let me know. I'll adjust my teaching according to your requirement. Okay. Startup India is a third scheme. Startup India schemes is an initiative by Government of India. For what purpose have they started this? Generation of employment and wealth creation. The goal of Startup India is what? Development and innovation of products and services, increasing the employment rate in India. The benefits of Startup India scheme is simplification of work. Simplification of work, you understand? Finance support, government tenders, networking opportunities, all this are available. That is one of some of the benefits that are available to people who are within that scheme. Startup India, when was it launched? 16 January 2016 by Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. So you have to remember all of these. Okay. As I've been telling right from the beginning, every word in the book should be known to you. Plus additional, because there will be some updates coming up which I will talk to you about. Yeah. Benefits of Startup India. Financial benefits. Most of startups are patent based. Patent based means what? I've made a new item, right? So because I've made a new thing or a new process or a new product, I'll go to the IPR, no, intellectual property rights. So I should not let anybody thieve it away, steal it away from me. So I'll go to the intellectual property rights office and I will tell them, look, I've made this new thing. There's a process to be followed, procedure is there. If they are satisfied, they will give that patent to me. Once that is done, nobody else can use that without my permission. That is what a patent means. So, what they are saying is most of startups are patent based. So, they are unique goods or services are created because of whatever innovation has been done. Okay. Now, in order to register the patents, they incur a heavy cost, correct? So, that is known as a patent cost. To create that patent also, it costs. So, in this scheme, what the government does is they provide 80% rebate on the patent cost. Process of patent registration and related matters is faster. Also, the government pays a fee, so the facilitator to obtain a patent. So, the new person who's starting up something will not know how to patent his things, no? So, for that, there is a facilitator also made available. Are you clear? What is the financial benefit? In which case, I'll go and with income tax benefits. Startups enjoy a good amount of benefits on the income tax. I don't know what have you done till now with income tax. But here they have just mentioned a couple of things, so we'll cover only that. Government exempts the 3 years income tax post the incorporation year. So how does it work? First year, let's take this year. Okay, I have just incorporated in March, or let me take a little earlier. I incorporated in October 2019 as a startup, right? So post this year, post this financial year ending on 31st March 2020. After this, for 3 years, whatever profits I get, it's exempt. That's what they are saying. But they can avail it only after getting a certificate from the interministerial board. So there's a condition that they should get a certificate for that purpose. They can claim exemption from tax on capital gains also if they invest money in specified funds. That is a typical in capital gains, isn't it? Now comes registration benefits. What is the registration benefit? Everyone believes that incorporation and registration of a business is very difficult. So, because there are lots of steps, lots of people you have to meet, get licenses, this, that, these, those, they'll keep on saying, no, so many forms to fill. So, long and complex steps of registration. Under the Startup India scheme, an application is there to facilitate registration. Single meeting is arranged at the Startup India hub. If there is any doubt, there is a single place where they can go, single window where they can go and get their doubts resolved and problems solved. Okay. Then comes government tenders. For everyone wants government tenders, no? Because you get good payment and there's definite payment and it's big projects, so everybody wants it. Not easy to acquire. So under this scheme, startups are given first priority to get government tenders. You know what is government tenders or you don't know? Tell me. Anybody who knows? Okay. So since Jayanti does not know, I'll be explaining it. The rest of you, why are you quiet? If you're bored of typing, you just say Y for yes and N for no. Okay. Okay. What happens? Let's say a road has to be built. Hmm? When the road has to be built, no, government will call for tenders. They'll say project cost, minimum project cost you must give this much. Then they will also tell you that the quality specifications they'll give you. And when they say who is interested, you come and give your bid. Out of all the bids that come, the lowest bid with the highest quality will be taken. Are you clear? That is called tenders. So they have big money and it's definite payment, big payments, big projects like road making in a big area is not a joke, no? Or your flyover. It could be many things. Or big infrastructure projects is what we normally see. Then comes your, they are also not required to have any prior experience, which is a very rare thing in case of government tenders. Are you clear about government tenders, all of you?